Google Classroom. Okay, so let's start up a discussion on to the concept of operating system. So, can you tell me what do you understand by operating system? What exactly it is? Okay,
Interface between user and computer hardware.
okay. So, what is OS? It's an
Operating
okay. It's an interface. Okay, and this interface is in between uh, hardware
and user.
User.
and user. Okay, okay, fine. Any other definition?
Operating system is a system
Uh,
software which control and coordinate the operation of computer.
Okay, operating system is the system software. Okay, so means what? There are two types of softwares. What are they? There are two types of softwares. Out
System
of that,
software.
yeah,
Application
out of that,
software. Application.
huh? Out of that,
Application software.
Application software.
Application software.
application and system. Okay. Now, there are two types of software, application software and system software. And out of that, the system software, one example of system software is operating system. Okay, so the operating system is a system software which interacts with the hardware of the computer and which controls the functionality of the computer, right? Which controls the activity onto a hardware side of the computer. Okay, so operating system, it's an interface between user and computer. That's it. Okay. Any other system software that you are aware of other than operating system? Any other software which you are aware of? System software which you are aware of other than operating system?
Linux. Android.
Hmm? Okay,
Linux.
you have given an example, right? So Linux,
Android.
uh, Android,
Windows.
okay, Windows.
So Unix operating system.
Hmm. Unix. You can take it one example as TOS also. Okay. Then other than this, okay. So
Ubuntu.
yeah, Ubuntu, right? Linux. You can take Ubuntu. Okay, but what are they?
Fedora.
They are actually uh,
Example.
examples. Example of operating system. They are actually the examples of operating systems. Okay, but we need examples of system software, out of which one example is operating system. What are other examples? Yes. What are other example?
File manager.
No, file manager is going to be an application which is being controlled by operating system.
Device
Device
drivers.
and driver.
Sir, industrial
Device and drivers.
Device and drivers, are they a system software? Okay, to the sectors you can write it down like, okay, device driver.
Middleware.
uh
Middleware.
Middleware. Okay, what are that? Example, I want an example.
Microsoft Office.
That is going to be an application software, right? That is going to be an application software.
Sir, game engines.
They are actually application software. Okay, look at here. What you have here, you have got an interestingly, you have got an hardware here. So this is hardware. Just look at here. This is hardware. Then to interact this hardware, you have got an operating system. Operating system is an example of what? A system software. Operating system is a system software. So operating system controls the activity of the hardware of computer, right? So operating system or a system software which directly interacts with the hardware of computer, and it acts as an interface between user and hardware, computer hardware, the way the definition was given, right? So user stands here at the outer layer, right? So user stands here, say for example, user is here, say user is using applications that are being provided by the system. So this is the application where user is using. So this application is being interacting to the software, and this, say for example, you are using Microsoft Word, right? So user is using Microsoft Word, right? And there is a document here. So for this particular document, user wanted to get a print. Okay, so this has to be given to whom? This has to be given to a printer, say for example, right? So this is going to be my printer, right? So this is printer. Okay, so here the paper is, you are going to submit and you are going to get a paper out of here. Okay, so this is going to be a printer, right? So printer, if you look at this printer is hardware. Right. So can user has a direct access to printer? No, user don't have a direct access to printer, because printer does not understand what user wanted to do. It's just an hardware. To pass a proper instruction to a hardware, the user is taking the taking the use of this application software. So Microsoft Word is an application software. Okay, and this application software has an option of, say, file print. Okay, this option has a file print. So by this particular print, the request is being given to the operating system, and through operating system, the hardware is being interacted. So here it is printer. So the request is being passed from user to the application software. User is here, application software is Microsoft Word. Word is giving the request to the operating system. Operating system checks whether the printer is connected, the hardware is available or not. If the hardware is available, then start passing this particular document or copy to this. So in this case, operating system has to deal with this particular part also. Let me give you that particular part which is being dealt. Okay, so means operating system will work on to file manager, because file is one of the resource, and then we'll go with the device manager. Okay, so because device manager will work with the devices. Okay, so for this particular device manager, again, what you need? Device drivers. Okay, now what is the function of device driver? Device driver function is to get maximum throughput from the device. Get the maximum throughput from the device. So this is how actually the interface is going to happen. So you need a file manager because the document is saved in terms of the file. You need a device manager to interact with the device, and since device is a hardware, you need a device manager. So device manager. So that is why when a printer is being attached to a computer, we install the drivers. Okay, without driver, printer is not going to work. Okay, but this is actually like the flow where the operations are being conducted. But now if you look at these examples, you'll find that these examples are types of operating system. As far as application software is concerned, you can take an example of here Microsoft Word. Okay, Microsoft Office is one of the example. Okay, but now here device driver, we have categorized device driver as a system software, but I need some other system software from your side, which you have. I'm very sure that you have already interacted with those softwares, but right now you're not able to recollect. But if you take some time, I am very sure that you will easily recollect those softwares, system softwares. Yes?
Sir, database management system.
No, database management system is going to be an application. Oracle DBMS, your application software. Yeah.
Recycle bin.
No. Okay. Now you will understand. Okay. So this is, I'm going to write, you tell me what I have written.
Compiler.
Compiler. Yes. Next is?
Assembler.
Yes. Compiler. Assembler. Yes. Interpreter. Again. Next is?
Device driver.
Loader. Linker. Got it? So operating system is
Yes, sir.
one, compiler is second, assembler is third, interpreter is fourth, then loader is fifth, and linker is sixth. So assembler, loader, linker, and interpreter, compiler, they are actually the system software. Right now, for example, you have a C program. Just take a case, right? You have got a .c program. This .c program you are going to give to whom? Compiler. Okay, right, and this compiler is going to give you what? .object file. Okay, at the same time this object file is being given to again back to a compiler. What it will generate? It will generate .exe. Okay, so means you have this as a source and this has executable form. Okay, executable form. So means what this form is? This form is directly being executed by whom? This is executed by operating system. And how the time it is being executed by operating system, this becomes application. Okay, so the application is being handled by whom? By an operating system. But if you look at this particular source, which I write into a C program, .c, when I take this to a compiler, compiler converts this into an object code. Object code means what? Machine code here. Okay, machine code. And for this particular machine code, what are important? Architecture. Which architecture? Machine architecture. And when it is like using a machine architecture, which processor you are going to use, right? Which processor you are going to use. Then with this particular processor, what are the instruction set, and this everything is being included here. So you need to understand the underlying machine architecture. And if you look at this processor part, processor is nothing but what? Processor is nothing but what? It's what? It's a hardware. Okay, so processor is hardware. So for this particular processor, there is instruction set. So with this particular machine, you need to understand this processor also. With this particular machine, you need to understand memory also, right? With this particular machine, you need to understand devices also, right? So getting me? So you need to understand hardware, right? You need to understand means processor, memory, device, right? Then this particular is a file, so this will create a obj as a file. So you need to work with file also, files also, devices, memory, files, processor, right? These are what these are comprising actually your machine, right? Architecture. So this will create a machine code. So means in order to transform this source into a machine, so the compiler is directly interacting with the hardware part. Now, if you look at this files, you may ask me like, okay, how files? Because files are stored on disk. So disk is hardware, right? You disk is hardware. So disk is a storage kind of device. Okay, but this particular file is to be temporarily stored into a memory. So you have got a memory. Memory has again it has a physical significance. Okay, so this is going to be that. Okay, now this object file is again being passed to this here. Okay, so now here what is going to use this compiler is going to take help of uh, linkers and going to take a help of loaders here. Okay, so anybody having idea of linker and loader, what linker does, what loader does? Can anybody tell me? Anybody is having an idea about this loaders and linkers? Yes. Anybody is having idea about this loaders and linkers? What linkers does? Because I wanted to understand from you also like the difference between. Okay, let us understand difference between compiler and interpreter. What is difference between this? Yes, what is difference between compiler and interpreter?
So, compiler checks the code line by line.
Okay, compiler takes the code line by line. What about interpreters then?
So interpreter translates a program in machine code.
Yeah, both. See, it is common. Compiler and interpreter both are converting the HLL code into machine level code. So this is, if you look at this C, this is going to be HLL, high level language. Okay. So any program, source program is being converted into machine level code. So that is what actually the translation part that this interpreter and compiler are concerned. So basically they are translators. What exactly they are? They are translator. They are translating what HLL to machine level code. That is okay. But at the time they are being translators, say for example, I don't know. Say for example, I don't know Kannada, right? I don't know Kannada. So for understanding Kannada, what I need a translator. Say for example, if someone knows, someone speaks Kannada, so I need a translator which will convert that Kannada sentences into say Marathi, for example, or vice versa, Marathi sentence into the Kannadas. So in that particular way, if I say line by line means I speak one line of the sentence, and the translator takes that line and convert it into appropriate Kannada segment, or whatever I wanted to convey, say whole paragraph or whole text, I'm going to give it to a translator, and translator converts the whole segment at once into a Kannada. So that is actually compiler and interpreter means. Compiler takes whole segment of code at once and convert it into a machine readable form, and whereas interpreter takes one line at a time and convert it into machine readable form. So this is how a compiler and interpreter works. So means what? Detecting an error into an interpreter is very fast as compared to compilers, because compiler takes whole segment of code. Here in the case where you are using an interpreter, once you press and enter, it again immediately get translated into a machine readable form. Okay, so that instruction get translated into machine readable form there only. Okay, so means what? If that line contains error, it will immediately prompt you that here are the errors. But in case of compiler, this is not happening. Compiler will allow you to write a whole program, and if your program is of say 1,000 lines, so that 1,000 lines it will compile at once. Then it will give you a listing of errors if there are any. Right. Whereas in case of interpreter, if the same program is being typed into a editor where interpreters are available, so in that case, once you type in a line, immediately it gets checked. So this is really very important, which you need to understand. That this is a basic difference between compiler and interpreter. Okay, so it scans instruction line by line in case of an interpreter, but in case of compiler, whole bunch of instructions are being converted into one. Okay, at the same time, this loader and linker plays an important role. So linkers links all the dependencies whenever you are trying to convert it into an executable form. So for example, whatever the dependencies are, they say, for example, you are writing conio.ah, stdio.ah, or iostream.ah. They are what? They are actually the dependencies which your program is requiring. So linker links those dependencies into the executable part, right? And loader helps those dependencies to get it loaded. At the same time, whatever the code that is being executed has to be loaded into a primary memory. So loader is responsible for loading that particular code into the memory. So this is the important part. So in that case, they are closely interacting with the hardware of a system, hardware of any system you can take, right? So for a smooth functioning of hardware, what you need a software, right? And hardware are always autonomous. Their operation has to be synced with the other hardware also, right? Say for example, hardware autonomous means what? Processor run differently, memory runs differently, devices run differently, files run differently, right? But they work in synchronization if operating system exists. Otherwise, their individual significance does not help us in doing certain work, right? Their synchronous efforts, their collective effort will make it a system. Okay, so if you look at a system, operating means what? To work with, and system means what? Collection of components. So this is, if you look at this division, this is operating system. System is a set of connected components, right? And operating system is a mechanism which establishes relationship between the connected components, right? And without this mechanism, these components cannot be connected. In a very simple case, so set of connected components. Say for example, take a human system. We have hands, legs, right? And head, say for example. So like say if my right hand is bending, is it possible to just take out my right hand and place connect some different hand altogether here? No, it cannot be done. So in this case,
No, sir.
in this case you need to establish a synchronization in between all the activities. Say for example, I wanted to move for say 10 feet, like then I need to decide that in which direction I need to take a walk, right, or move. So depending upon that, I need to pass a motor actions, generate a motor action, and accordingly my my resources are going to work. Now, in this case, legs are resources which are going to work. So it is like that. So system is means set of connected components. All those components are basically autonomous in the nature, but they were synchronized way, provided that if such mechanism establishes. Okay, so it is like this. So you need to understand this thing in a very clear way. So this is going to be this particular segment is going to be a layered architecture of system. So this is a layered architecture, layered view. Okay, so how the users are being provided. This is layered view. This is layered view. Okay, so this is going to be a layered view. So in the 0th layer, at the bottommost the innermost layer is hardware, then operating system. Hardware is surrounded by operating system, then operating system is surrounded by application software, and it is being surrounded by user. So which means that this application software, to handle this application software, what is required? Operating system. So means application software doesn't work alone, right? And without existence of operating system, application software does not work. Say for example, if you want Microsoft Office to work, you need operating system to execute Microsoft Office, to handle Microsoft Office. Okay, and this operating system has a direct interaction with whom? With the hardware. And hardware like printers, then you can go into more detail like processor, memory, devices, files, and all that. Okay, so they are there. So now here one most important thing is which is remaining here in this particular discussion, that is assembler. Can anybody tell me about this assembler term? This is used for ALP, assembly level language program. Okay, what does this do? What does this do? What assembler does?
Assembler is
So it
used
converts
for line
assembly language into
assembly language.
machine code.
Okay, it converts assembly level language codes. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
basically assembly level language codes are nothing but they are instruction returns using mnemonics. Okay, so what exactly these are? They are nothing but what? They are instructions. ALP nothing but they are instructions written in mnemonics. And these mnemonics are nothing but these instructions are close to what? Processor. Right, so they are close to processor, means they are being passed by the processor itself directly. So which you need to understand. Okay, so so we just have 3 minutes left now. If you have any questions here, let me understand those questions. So what we have just taken a revision, what we have studied with the layered view of an operating system with certain course of the discussion. So we started with operating system, what exactly operating system means, and by definition, it acts as a system software, which acts as an interface between a user and the hardware. There are two types of software. One is application software and system software. To execute application software, you need a system software. System software, best example is operating system. Okay, then there is a good example is device driver. Then there are good example of assembler, compiler, interpreter, loader, and linker. Okay, so we have seen the differentiation between the compiler and interpreter also. Right, we have seen that in layered view of architecture of operating system, we have a hardware at the innermost layer, which is surrounded by system software, then application software, and user. If user want to interact with the hardware, the request is being forwarded to the application software, to the operating system, and operating system to the hardware. The flow is like this. For example, the example which we have taken is that if application user is working on a Microsoft Word application, So the document is open, the file is open, then file he wanted to get it a printer. So printer is a hardware which is connected to a system. So how the call is being established, it will pass it to application software. Since user wanted to take a print, so user give a request to application software. From application software, it goes to operating system, where certain sticks are being identified by operating system. Since it is a file manager comes into a picture. Since you are going to a printer as a device, so device manager comes to a picture. Device manager keeps the track of the device, whether device is connected or not. If device is connected, it is available at that point of time or not. If it is available, then the request is being passed to a printer and you'll get a copy of that document. This is how it works actually, right? So in case of compiler interpreter, they are also system software because they are working very closely to the hardware of computers. So this is what exactly the thing is. So high level language program is converted into object level language program, and by using the compiler this has to work. So we have taken an example also, and where we have understood some of the terms like what is a machine code. Machine code is depend upon the architecture of machine. Machine is containing some autonomous hardwares, like processor is one hardware, memory is one hardware, devices are one hardware, files are there. So so with respect to processor, there is an instruction set. So when a machine code is being generated, if machine code is containing the instructions that are being executed, so that is called as object code. Then object code is again passed to a compiler, where again linker loader comes into a picture, which will giving you an executable file. So we have understood the significance of loader and linker also. Linker links the dependencies, and loader loads the actual program into primary memory for the execution purpose. Then we have worked with the assemblers also. This is the part which we have discussed today. We have also seen some of the examples of operating system here. That is, DOS is one of the operating system. Unix is one of the operating system. Linux is one of the operating system. Android is one of the operating system. Windows is one of the operating system. Right? Then there are so many support operating systems are there. They are available. Okay. So if you have any questions as far as today's discussion is concerned, let me know those topics so that we can handle some of the doubts.